Welcome to More Than a Few Words, a marketing conversation for business owners. This is your host, Lorraine Ball. And client relationships are just that. They are relationships. And while you hope that your best clients are in it for the long haul, we've all had those clients that we wanted to break up with. And so, as you are considering your next client or you're looking for your next client, maybe you need to think about it like a date. And that's what we're going to talk about today. And to have this conversation, I've invited Jennifer Tamborski to join me. She's a seasoned digital marketing strategist. She specializes in empowering business owners with innovative marketing and tailored digital strategies. With more than a decade of agency experience, she understands the challenges entrepreneurs face, particularly those striving to reach that $250,000 mark and beyond. Jennifer, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, Lorraine.
This is going to be so much fun. We were laughing a little bit before the show started, and it really is because of this metaphor that you threw out there about dating your clients.
Yeah.
Let's start there. What do you mean by dating a client?
So, marketing and business should be all about creating relationships with your audience. And I often think that people make marketing way too complicated. So, if we think about marketing from the aspect of dating, there are 5 stages that I take my clients through to help them create relationships with your audience. So, we start with the introduction phase. And this is really where you decide who your ideal client is and how you're going to meet them. Then we move into the flirting phase, which is that awareness and content and getting yourself out there in front of them. If you're thinking about it from a dating aspect, it's kind of like going from that online dating profile to texting back and forth. Then we have the actual dating phase. So in the world, it's going out on that first, lunch date or dinner date. But in marketing, it's your lead magnet. It's bringing them in to your world where you control the communication, capturing their information, starting to build that know, like, and trust aspect, which is what everybody requires to buy. That leads into the commitment phase in relationships. Most people are looking for a committed relationship, whether it's, long term or marriage, whatever that might be. In business, it's where they buy from you. They give you money. That's what we all want. And the thing I've found is most people go from introduction to buy from me and skip those other 2 phases, which is kind of like walking into a bar, going up to someone and say, "Hey, will you marry me?" Not only is that
Or, yes,
creepy, not going to result in a whole lot of results.
no, people are going to back away, and you're so right because I've gone to so many networking events where business owners don't realize, hey, this is the flirting phase.
Right?
This is the superficial conversation that piques my curiosity,
Yes.
that tells me that you're interested, that we share some common ideas on how a business should operate. And then you earn the right to invite me for coffee, to
Yes.
send me a proposal, to have a conversation at a more serious level. But
And
okay,
that's
I stopped you. Oh, no, go
That's
ahead.
fine, and that's what a lot of people miss are those other phases.
Mhm.
The last phase is what I like to call keeping your romance alive, because just like in relationships, you need to work at continuing the conversation so that somebody that's a client continues to buy from you or becomes your raving fan and refers everyone they know to you, whichever that might be for you. But it is an essential part of marketing that a lot of people skip.
Oh, absolutely. So let's kind of go back through your 5 stages and maybe give people some more examples of how they line up their marketing to be effective in, because you touched on them briefly, but I think we could really
Yeah.
dive in. So, in that introductory phase where I'm trying to decide everything, where do I start? What do I really need to focus on at the beginning stages?
So you focus on who it is you work with. Knowing your audience better than anyone else is step one. It is key and essential and will help you with the rest of the steps. The other thing in that phase is really focusing on your offer and your messaging. And when I say your offer, I don't mean just what you're selling. It's also what is it that's going to attract your audience to you, because that's just as
Mhm.
important as what it is you sell. And then being very clear about your messaging so that it is consistent and attracts who you want to work with. Oftentimes, people's message attracts people that aren't necessarily who they want to work with. So, being able to connect those pieces is essential.
Absolutely. When I started my business, I had a really good friend and he really was trying to help. And he kept sending me all of these prospects, none of whom bought from me and none of whom were a good fit. And I finally sat down with him. I'm like, dude, what are you telling people? And I realized that he was setting an expectation that wasn't consistent. And that was on me because I hadn't given him the messaging that would have helped him refer me the right customers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm getting ready to start flirting. I know what I want. I know who I'm looking for, tall, dark, and handsome. With a uh, with the right bank account and the right marketing needs. I'm there. What do I need in my toolkit to help me flirt better?
So, you need to know where your ideal clients are hanging out so that you can
Hmm.
go there to flirt with them. So,
Hmm.
are they on LinkedIn? Are they on YouTube? Are they on Instagram? Where are they hanging their hat? And then what is the information that's going to help them realize that you are
Hmm.
the person they need to connect with? What is that top level information? I always say make sure that you're selling them what they want so you can give them what they need. Too often I see business owners giving like this foundational structural information that is way beyond what their ideal clients are actually needing right now. Their ideal clients have
Hmm.
this problem. I have a problem. They can't see anything else. So until you address that problem, this structural piece doesn't matter.
Absolutely. I've also seen, and especially now because since COVID, everybody and their brother is creating online courses.
Absolutely.
And, I mean, and I'm not knocking them. I have plenty of my own, but a lot of curriculum developers are making the same mistake. They're building a course that solves 20 problems
Yes, too much.
and it's too much. It's too much. So it's figuring out how to parcel that out in small bites. That's flirting. Giving me the whole course is way too intimate and too much too soon.
Exactly, exactly. It's really if you're thinking about flirting in, social media land, keep your make sure you're using video. I'm gonna tell you right now, video is king, queen, princess, and prince. People are gonna connect with seeing you,
Mm.
and keep it to
Mhm.
under 2 minutes.
Absolutely. And I just noticed LinkedIn has had video for a while. You've been able to, do LinkedIn lives, but in the most recent update of their mobile app, they have added a video feed that looks and feels like the Facebook feed and the
Mhm.
Instagram, well, like really like the Facebook feed. And it's because they have realized that that's what the audience wants.
Yep.
So give them more of what they want.
It's going to keep people on their site, which is their goal.
Mhm. Absolutely. Okay, I want to jump to the last one, and I'm going to tell people if you're curious, if you want to know how to get your whole dating game together, you want to hop by Jennifer's website, virtualmarketingexpert.com. But I'm going to pick her brain for just one more tip on that post commitment phase,
Yeah.
maintaining that long term relationship. If you've got one brilliant idea, what would you tell people?
It's not actually a big secret, but make sure that your email game is on point. Make sure you're continuing
Mhm.
to nurture those people after they become clients, whether that's through email or extra trainings because they're on your email list or whatever that might be that makes them feel special.
Mhm. Awesome. Well, Jennifer, this has been fabulous. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
This was really fun. And again, there'll be a link to Jennifer's website. And I think you're really going to want to jump in and learn a little bit more about her. And if you're looking for other resources for your business, subscribe to More Than a Few Words wherever you listen to podcasts. Listen to two, they're short. This has been another episode of More Than a Few Words. Thanks for listening.